Hello? Okay. All right. Am I audible? Yeah, looks like it. All right. So, hello everyone. Hello? Yeah, okay. So my topic is emotional intelligence and its relevance in Agile, all right? So the secret ingredient for Agile culture would be being emotionally intelligent. So why would I say that? Anybody have any idea? Any guesses from the audience? All right, no guesses anyways. So the foundation to Agile would be, an empowered team, right? So when we want an empowered team, we want, when we want empowered team, we want people who have the basis, who have the foundation where there is a safe haven for trust and understanding. So that is the reason for any Agile culture, we need to have an emotionally intelligent people. So when it comes to emotionally intelligent people, we would definitely want people being appreciating for each other. So when we are appreciating each other, we'll be able to create that environment where we have the culture, where we are making it easier for people, making it easier for the team members to be able to, have a great conversation with each other. So that is the reason, the first slide has people in it. All right. Sorry. All right. If you see this slide, you can see a lot of, emotions going on here. So in this, we can see that I've kept all the different kind of emotions that we go through on a daily basis. This is something that we go on a daily basis, right? Whether it's your professional life or in your personal life, we are going through a different emotions. Even right now, when we are sitting in this particular, in this hall, we are going through different emotions. Like maybe someone saying like, okay, I don't like the speaker. Maybe that's the kind of thing. The other might be saying like, this conference is not that interesting. It is kind of boring. That's one. The other might be very excited. That's another emotions, right? So we are going through these emotions on a daily basis. So these emotions, these are just a part of a few of the emotions that we go on a daily basis. So all of these emotions create who we are as a person, create what our daily lives are. So here we can see people around each other, right? So each individual, each people that we are here are going through different emotions currently, are going through different feelings currently, and all of that is what an organization is created of. So that means, like, whether it's a personal or professional life, you are making sure that your emotions is, impacting your work, your personal life very much. For example, you have a very bad day in the morning with your wife or your spouse, and then you come to office, and that impacts your work as well, maybe for the first half. Why? Because that emotion is still flowing in you in the first half, right? So that does happen, and that's something that we have all, faced. So that is the reason we need to be emotionally intelligent. So what is emotionally intelligent, being emotionally intelligent mean? So being emotionally intelligent means that we are supposed to understand our emotions, a retrospect of what we feel, how we interact with our emotions, with ourselves and with others, and how we can use that emotions, how we can use the information from that to better utilize it, to better communicate and to better understand each other on our work lives as well. But we cannot just do that, like, okay, like I understand what the person is emotionally feeling, and then like, okay, now I understand him, and then, like we can work. That does not happen. Like earlier said, we need to have a mindset. We need to have a clear mindset. So what is mindset? Mindset is a belief that we have. If you are not willing to have a growth mindset, or if you are not willing to change, or if you are not willing to learn and then move forward, we will not be able to help ourselves or help others. We'll have to have that growth mindset. For example, like if we say like, okay, we want to have a particular skill, but we are fixed, we have a fixed mindset and we do not want to grow, then there's no way the other person can help you or you can help yourself. You need to be able to say that, all right, this is the skill that I want to learn, and then work towards it. Being emotionally intelligent is the same thing. You know, you cannot be emotionally intelligent just out of nowhere. You have to put work on it. You have to practice it, because this is also one of the skills that we as an individual will learn as we grow, and also we'll have to make an effort to learn and grow with it. So that is the reason I've kept this slide where, like I've mentioned that growth mindset and fixed mindset is there. And if we have growth mindset, then only we'll be able to, add in more skills for ourselves and then move forward. All right. So how can we be an emotionally intelligent person? So these come with 5 different points. That would be first being self-aware. So if we want to be emotionally intelligent, we have to be self-aware of our emotions first before we are, aware of somebody else's emotion. Like, for example, what is triggering us? Like maybe in one particular situation, a fear triggers us, or someone habit makes us angry, right? So those kind of moments is something that we need to make sure, like with time we'll come to understand, like, hey, okay, these kind of situations makes us triggers this particular emotion in us. So that's something that we have to learn. That's something that we need to understand and put ourselves in that checkpoint and put that check on us so that we can be self-aware of what triggers us. So when we are able to check ourselves emotionally, when we are able to check ourselves and be aware of our own emotions, we'll be able to do the same thing with other people's emotion as well, right? So when we do that, what happens is like we will be self-aware, right? So this is the first step on being emotionally intelligent. So self-leadership. So what does self-leadership mean? So no one can ever help you in being emotionally intelligent. That is impossible. You have to. They might be able to teach you, like me coming here and sharing my thoughts on it, or you might go and read about it. But being emotionally intelligent is something that comes from within. You'll have to take in charge of it yourself. Until unless you do not do that, you will not be able to help yourself, right? So another is self-motivated. So being self-motivated is something like, for example, when you are working and you have a team that you are working with. If you are working in a team, for example, all of the members are demotivated, but if you are motivated, then there are times when seeing you, other people get motivated too, right? So in that way, you have to be self-motivated in order to make yourself emotionally intelligent as well. So empathize, so this came earlier as well. So empathizing means here is that you need to empathize, you need to understand other person's emotions, but you are not supposed to, you are supposed to empathize on yourself as well. Which situation you are in and which situation the other person is. So when you are understanding each other's situation properly, you will be able to create a dialogue. You will be able to create and open a floor for conversation where you will understand each other's position properly and then find a middle ground from there to move forward with the problem in hand. So that is something you have to do. And being empathized does not mean you are just empathizing on others. You have to be empathetic to yourself as well. Because there are times when, we are always helping others and people take advantage of you. You need to help others, but you are not supposed to let the other person use your empathetic values as well. So another is learning social skills. So learning social skill is something like, especially for the younger generation who are just out of college. So you guys have an awesome, social skill out of work, but we have to learn ways on how to communicate, how to create that, relationship with your colleagues, how to find your ways out in your organization. When you do that, you'll be able to excel properly in your work as well. So that is the reason we'll have to learn social skills, because networking and social skill is the skill that will take you very further in life. All right, so what does emotional intelligence help a person with, right? So emotional intelligence helps first to relieve stress. Why? Because half of your issues is already done. Being emotionally intelligent, you are understanding the other person and you are trying to open the dialogue, the floor for conversation. So when that is done, half of the stress of the problem to be resolved is already done there. Empathizing with others, as I mentioned previously. So when we are empathizing with others, it will help us to, have the environment where you can trust and understand each other better. So this will help you to move forward in any issues. So communicate effectively. When you understand the problem and the scenario of the situation, you'll be able to communicate properly and in a more precise manner. Why? Because that's something that we do on a daily basis. Whether it's a product or whether it's a technology that we are building, at the end of the day, human interaction is at the core, right? So when we do that, we are able to communicate effectively. Another is managing conflict. So this is one point that comes up as we move along in the stages of our career. So as we go along on the top, we are managing more and more of conflicts, whether that's in a team level conflict or whether that's in a, dealing with a difficult employee kind of conflict. It could be, like maybe a certain product have different ideas that the developers have or the product owner or the lead have. So bringing all those together under one umbrella will be needing to manage conflict. And for that as well, being emotionally intelligent helps a lot. Why? Because it's because you are understanding the other person better, right? So when you are understanding other person better, what happens is like you are putting yourself in that person's shoes and seeing like, okay, why is this person saying something like this? Where is he coming from? What is the background that he has or she has? What is the reason why the person is acting like this, right? So when we are able to think from that perspective, what happens is that it will be easier for us to understand the conflict better and to manage the situation better. The other would be overcoming problems. So overcoming problems would be anything, whether it's a small problem or whether it's a bigger problems. Being emotionally intelligent will help us go through any kind of problems when we are working in an environment. So yeah, how does it help the teams? Especially, this is for the Scrum or the Agile teams. So how it would help is, it would help us to improve the quality management. And like, how is that is because like when we are trusting the team members with their work, they will be more motivated to give us a better result, right? When they are motivated to give us better result, what happens is that they will be able to give us quality work. So that is the reason it will help the quality management in team. Time management, when we are delivering products, we are delivering a lot of products with different timeline. Some might have rigorous timeline, some might have a looser timeline, right? So when you are emotionally intelligent, you are understanding the developer's perspective, you are understanding the product owner's perspective, you are understanding the team lead's perspective, and keeping all of those together, we can decide like how are we going to achieve this. So that is the reason being emotionally intelligent will also help us in this aspect. Relationship management. When we are working in teams, we are working with different people, whether from client or the management team or the team yourself. There are different areas of people who are working, right? So we have to interact with each and every one of them. So when we are interacting with them, there are times when we have to understand their perspective more than what we want to say. So we need to give them the opportunity to say from what their say is and then put forward our words. And then after that, what happens is like we will be able to come in a common ground and we'll be able to manage the relationship better as well. So the risk management. So when it comes to risk, let's say an example, like we have to have a delivery in like 15 days. And there might be a lot of challenges, but if a team is, has a very good emotionally intelligent team, then what happens is like they are willing to take that risk, they're willing to take that challenge because they are able to understand and they are able to cope how they will be able to solve those issues. So that is the reason it will also help the risk management. Integration management. So this comes across the organization. So we are working across the organization in different product and teams which might align into the larger product that as a company is trying to deliver the client. So what happens is that when we are doing that, we will be working in small chunks, right? So we only know what we are doing. We might not be able to communicate or coordinate with the other teams. So having an integration management system, what will happen is that we will understand and we will learn from the larger teams which is working towards the same goal of client delivery. The other one would be scope management. When we are working in Agile, there is a chance of high scope changes. So what happens is that in the scope changes, there is a lot of tensions at times happening. So if you are emotionally intelligent person, you will come across how to handle these things as well. So being emotionally intelligent, you not only have to be, only one person will not be able to help this. One person will help the other team members to be emotionally intelligent as well. But then, as mentioned previously, not just one person, but all of the team members, if they are all intelligent, emotionally intelligent, then only we will be able to achieve this. So the target should be making the team whole be able to be emotionally intelligent so that there will be better interactions and there will be better communications and understanding and the trust environment that Agile culture basically focuses on. So yeah, this is the Agile values or the Agile manifesto that we have. And we can see that, individual interactions over processes is highly valued. Similarly, working software and customer collaboration and responding to change is valued over other things. So these means that, all these values that we have here, these do make a clear understanding that being emotionally intelligent would actually help us to have a better agility. So with that, I end my presentation here. Thank you.